Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today we are diving deep into the life and resilience of a true icon in the world of extreme sports. Nyjah Huston isn't just a name, he's a powerhouse who has defined street skating for over a decade. When you look at his stats, they are nothing short of legendary. We're talking about a guy who has secured 6 World Skate World Championships and a staggering 13 X Games gold medals. He is widely considered the highest paid and most successful professional skateboarder in history. But being at the top comes with a price. To push the boundaries of what is possible on 4 wheels and a wooden deck, you have to be willing to take the ultimate risks. Nyjah has spent his life dancing on the edge of disaster, and today we explore the moment that edge finally gave way, leading to one of the most terrifying crashes of his career.
It was July 2024. A month that should have been defined by peak performance and final preparations for the global stage. Instead, it became a timestamp for a moment that sent shockwaves through the skating community. Nyjah was hitting a high-speed rail approach, something he's done thousands of times. But in skating, perfection is a razor-thin line. A fraction of an inch off, a slight shift in weight, and gravity takes over. The failed landing impact was violent. As he hit the concrete, the sound was audible even over the ambient noise of the park. This wasn't a standard rollout bail. This was a direct, high-velocity collision with the ground. In that split second, the trajectory of his season, and potentially his career, shifted entirely. The July 2024 incident wasn't just a fall. It was a wake-up call for the entire industry.
Let's break down the technical side of this crash, because for the athletes and tech nerds out there, the physics are fascinating and terrifying. Nyjah was clocking a 15-mile-per-hour approach speed, which might not sound fast in a car, but on a skateboard, it's flying. When he missed the lock-in, he experienced a hard concrete impact that didn't allow for a slide. Instead of his body dissipating energy, 100 Immediately after the slam, the atmosphere changed. You know that specific kind of silence that falls over a crowd when everyone knows it's serious? That was this moment. Nyjah didn't pop right back up like he usually does. On-site medical assessment teams were on him within seconds. They were checking for concussions, internal injuries, and of course, the obvious trauma to his arm. Nyjah later described the sensation as a pain scale 10 out of 10. For a guy who has broken dozens of bones and had multiple surgeries, a 10 out of 10 means something truly devastating happened. The immediate medical intervention focused on stabilizing the joint and preventing further nerve damage. You could see the concern on the faces of his trainers. This wasn't just about a missed trick anymore. It was about his physical future. After being rushed for imaging, the reality of the situation became clear. The MRI and X-ray results were a gut punch. Doctors confirmed a severe ligament strain coupled with a wrist fracture confirmation. In the world of elite skating, your wrists are your primary sensors for balance and your first line of defense during falls. A fracture here means months of zero impact. The medical team laid out a 3-month projected recovery timeline. For an athlete of Nyjah's caliber, 3 months away from the board is an eternity. It means losing muscle memory, losing sponsorships timing, and most importantly, losing the rhythm of competition. The diagnosis was a crossroads. Either rush back and risk permanent damage, or follow a grueling, slow rehabilitation process to ensure he could skate for another decade. Nyjah didn't spend his time off sulking. He turned his recovery into a full-time job. His routine shifted from landing tricks to mastering mobility. We're talking daily 4-hour PT sessions. These weren't just standard stretches. They were high-intensity physiological reconditioning. He utilized cryotherapy treatments to manage inflammation and keep his systemic recovery at peak levels. Every morning began with mobility drills designed to regain the range of motion he lost during the immobilization phase. This is where the discipline of a champion really shows. It's easy to work hard when you're winning. It's incredibly difficult to work that hard when you're just trying to move your fingers again. This road to redemption was paved with sweat, ice, and a relentless focus on returning to the top spot. The physical side is only half the battle. Let's talk about the skater brain. When you have a crash that bad, it leaves a mark on your psyche. Overcoming the slam trauma is a massive hurdle. Every time you approach a similar rail, your brain screams at you to stop. Nyjah worked heavily on visualization techniques, mentally rehearsing the trick and the landing over and over until the fear was replaced by muscle memory. This resilience training is what separates the greats from the one-hit wonders. He had to rebuild his confidence from the ground up. He wasn't just training his wrist, he was training his mind to accept the risk again. It's a psychological war where the only enemy is your own memory of the pain.
In modern sports, technology is the silent partner in every comeback. Nyjah utilized the latest hyperized recovery tech to stimulate blood flow and accelerate tissue repair. But the real game changer was his custom carbon fiber wrist brace. This wasn't something you buy at a drugstore. It was a bespoke piece of engineering designed to provide maximum support while allowing the specific wrist flick needed for flip tricks. He also used data-driven progress tracking, monitoring his grip strength and inflammation levels daily to ensure he wasn't overtraining. This blend of human grit and high-tech hardware allowed him to shave weeks off his recovery time. When we talk about what really happened, part of the story is how tech enhanced his body's natural healing process.
The moment of truth arrived, 12 weeks post-injury. Most people would still be in a light brace, but Nyjah was back on the deck. He landed his first kickflip back, and you could see the relief on his face. This wasn't just a trick, it was proof of life. From there, it was a sprint to the finish for the Paris 2024 Olympic prep. He had to qualify, he had to prove he was still elite, and he had to do it all while the world watched for any sign of weakness. His return to the board was a statement to the skating world. The king isn't done yet. The journey from a July hospital bed to the Olympic stage is a testament to what an athlete can achieve when they refuse to stay down. As we wrap up this deep dive, we look at what this means for the sport. Nyjah Huston has over 20 years of professional slams under his belt. His body is a map of every risk he's ever taken. But his relentless work ethic and his ability to redefine longevity are what will be remembered. This crash was just another chapter in a book of resilience. For athletes everywhere, his story is a blueprint. Analyze the failure, embrace the tech, do the grueling recovery work, and never let the fear of the fall stop you from flying. Nyjah isn't just a skater. He's a survivor who continues to push the limits of human potential. Thanks for tuning in to this breakdown of the crash and the incredible recovery of a legend.